What's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you over to Water Your Soil. So before I get into this video, I would like to say, if you're new around here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's here on this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule to life. So getting into the video, this video is going to be about some credit card news. And this news, in my opinion, is bad news for a specific age group. So you want to stick around to see which age group and whether or not you fall into that age group. And this is a problem all across the board, but this article highlights a specific age group that's starting to have trouble with credit cards. But before I get into that, I would like to say, I've been doing a lot of reflecting and a lot of thinking lately. And when it comes to life in general, and I'm going to relate this back to credit cards, but when it comes to life in general, every single person that has an eye on this video has either struggled with something or they're currently struggling with something. And it could be something financially, it could be something emotionally, something mentally, something with family, something with friends, with coworkers. No matter what it is, everyone has either struggled with something or they're currently struggling with something right now. And I like to reflect back on where I came from. I come from the east side of Buffalo, New York, for a lot of you who may not know because a lot of you are new here. I come from poverty, and I'm talking food stamps, Section 8, that poverty, free lunch program, that poverty. That's what I come from. And if anyone knows what it feels like to be down and out and to be struggling financially, it would be me because I've experienced that. That was my upbringing. Two of my childhood houses don't even exist no more. They're vacant lots. So I understand what it feels like to be struggling with something. I really do. And I always tell people who are close with me that I'm basically playing with house money because it's a big blessing to even have a credit card. It's a big blessing to have an Amex Platinum card and be able to experience things such as airport lounges and things like that. That's a long way from where I came from, and I'm grateful for that. But those past experiences help center me and help me relate to you all when it comes to whether you're struggling with something financially, it could be emotionally, we all go through that. It could be mentally, we all experience that at some point in our life, or it could be just in general, but we all go through something. That's why it's important to be able to pass and relay information, because I know there are some people out there who are in a position that I used to be in, and I just want to help you all to get to a place where you understand credit cards and the credit cards, they work for you, because so many people, they have the mindset that credit cards are bad or they're a waste of time and you should stay away from them. And I understand why people have that mindset, because credit card debt is so high and so many people are getting themselves in financial binds because credit card debt. But I want you all to understand that there is a way to have credit cards, to understand how credit cards work, and to manage credit cards and stay out of credit card debt. But this video right here relates to credit card debt and it relates to delinquencies. But we're going to get right into it. All right, let's go. So the article was released on August 7th, 2025, and it was released by Fox Business. It says, young Americans drowning in credit card debt as delinquency rates climb near 10% in quarter two. Gen Z increasingly turns to buy now, pay later services for purchases as small as coffee. Now, I think we all know where this is going. This is about quarter two. Now, if you paid attention in my last previous credit card news video, you will understand that I've been releasing videos lately referring to quarter two because the second quarter numbers have been released recently by the Fed. And you all know these numbers, they usually get released months down the line. So quarter three will probably be coming out a couple of months from now. So you want to stay tuned for that. But as you can see, this is about a specific age group, younger adults, and they're struggling with delinquency. So we're going to get further into it. Make sure you stick around because I want you all to understand something that's in this article. Let's continue. It says, young Americans continue to make up the largest share of those transitioning into credit card delinquency in the second quarter, according to a report released by the New York Federal Reserve. Despite ticking down slightly from the previous quarter, the report showed that nearly 10% of credit card balances held by Americans aged 18 through 29 became 90 or more days overdue in the second quarter. New York Fed researchers said credit card delinquency rates for Americans under 40 have been quote unquote unusually elevated, adding they are keeping a close eye on the trend. The rate of balances transitioning into serious delinquency for 18 to 29-year-olds has hovered around the 10% mark since 2023. Before then, the last time the rate eclipsed 10% was in 2010. The report comes after data painted an increasingly shaky picture of the financial security of members of Gen Z. A separate report by the New York Fed found that the unemployment rate for recent college graduates aged 22 through 27 has spiked from post-pandemic lows and is 0.7% higher than the national rate as of June. Excluding the pandemic, the unemployment rate for recent college graduates in March 2025 was the highest in more than a decade. Meanwhile, data shows that members of Gen Z are becoming increasingly spread thin by both new and traditional credit services. A Bank of America Institute report from June 2025 found that Buy Now Pay Later (BNPL) usage among members of Gen Z accelerated in last year after 3 years of slowing growth. Though most BNPL lenders do not report payments to credit bureaus, New York Fed researchers said that usage of BNPL was much higher among younger borrowers compared to those in other age groups. Affirm has begun reporting payment history to Experian and TransUnion. Researchers said their findings suggest that BNPL purchases were fairly small, ranging from $600 to $1,000 though. Quote unquote, from what we're hearing, now it's extended to even smaller purchases, like even a cup of coffee. As of the second quarter of 2025, Americans with credit card balances total $1.21 trillion. So as you can see, the younger generation is struggling. And in the beginning of the video, I talked about my struggles early on as far as my childhood and my teenage years. And even in my younger adult years, I struggled financially. And I can understand where a lot of the younger people with credit cards that are 29 or younger, a lot of them are struggling with getting into their career. And one interesting thing, they're my least viewer over at this channel when it comes to talking about credit cards and credit scores. So honestly, I believe it's something that they're really not interested in until they get a little older. But that's unfortunate because what we need to do is we need to start getting them interested in credit cards and how to manage credit cards and utilization and things like that, because those things are going to start to impact them in a negative way. If not, as you can see, 10% of them is more than 90 days delinquent, and that's a lot. That means they're really carrying over balances and they're not making their payments on time. 90 days, that's a long time. Me personally, I understand some people are late and maybe it's 30 days, but when you go 90 days, that's basically 3 months where you just said, hey, forget about my credit card payment. And you can't be careless like that. And really, it's unfortunate because the minimum payment for credit cards is usually achievable. If you're someone that goes out and you get Starbucks every day or you get Starbucks once a week, that usually tallies up by the end of the month, somewhere around what your minimum payment would be for your credit card, depending on where your balance is. But the whole thing is unfortunate. It's sad that they're now transitioning over to buy now, pay later to get simple things such as a cup of coffee. Not only does that say where things are currently with the economy, that also says where things are currently when it comes to people and their mindset regarding borrowing. Whenever you're going and you're just borrowing money and you're not thinking of paying it back, and some people might even think they don't have to pay it back, it really leads to the big problem, and it's not a surprise why credit card debt is at $1.21 trillion. And there has been proof throughout time consistently that the younger generation is not the only generation that's struggling with making credit card payments on time and avoiding credit card debt. And out of all the generations, they probably have the longer leash because they're younger. So society usually allows younger people to make mistakes and then clean up their mistakes. So it's kind of understandable for them, but I wish a lot of them would start taking interest in credit cards and learning how they work and credit card utilization and how credit cards can affect your credit score either positively or negatively. They need to know these things. So this is a credit card news video, and it's on the second quarter numbers regarding delinquencies. These numbers come from the New York Fed, and I just wanted to share it with you all. So the link to the article will be in the description box. But before you go click on that link and check out the article, I need you to do something. I currently have an active poll on this channel that I want you all to participate in. So the way you do so is you click on my profile picture. Once you do that, it's going to take you to the home page of this channel. Once you do that, you're going to see a section that says post. Once you click on that post section, you're going to see my latest poll as well as my previous polls. I want you to participate in them. Be sure to do so. But anyways, if you're new around here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video because I post often. And also, this goes to every single one of you, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. It let the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. And yes, if you are watching on television, you can do it as well. Just use your remote control and scroll over to the like button and hit it. But anyways, I appreciate all of you for watching, for sharing my videos, for commenting, for showing love. This is Water Your Soil. You are all appreciated. And I'm out. What's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.